Joining me now to discuss is MIT professor and AI researcher Max Tegmark, excuse me. So, Professor, you are very skeptical of AI. You've issued lots of warnings about what's coming. Do these resignations, what do they mean to you?
It is a real wake-up call. I think the analogy with the eve before COVID is actually very appropriate because the U.S. government now officially considers it fairly likely that COVID was actually created through gain-of-function research. And what's one of the multiple whistleblowers from these AI companies are warning, or that AI companies are doing a kind of digital gain-of-function research where they take AIs and use the AIs to gradually improve themselves. The companies call it recursive self-improvement, and it's exactly the stuff that when you think about it, what could possibly go wrong, right? And
yeah, lots of things.
Although we were told initially that this is very dangerous, but it's going to cure cancer and it's going to be so great. But cancer has still not been cured, and instead these companies are now, two of the big ones are flirting with erotica and porn. One of them is about to launch ads. They produce endless amounts of slop. They've contributed to kids actually committing suicide from being groomed by chatbots, and so I really empathize with employees in these companies who are like, I came into this with high ideals, and what are we doing?
Professor, what about the consumer? Because a lot of the warnings in these latest posts and essays point to what you just explained, which is the advertisement part of this. They say that they're jumping over all their own rules. They're creating an economic engine that creates strong incentives to override these guardrails that they have put in as a company. But then the incentives for advertising and money gets so high that they just say, doesn't matter, we're not going to worry about the consumer, which then, of course, has led to all of these other problems with teenagers, as you just mentioned, with the slop. We're now seeing the studies showing with small children that they're losing brain matter, white brain matter, if they're exposed to screens when they're very little. You're also seeing Gen Z, compared to the millennials, having lower IQ levels as a result of too much screen time. So what does this mean for the consumer of AI, especially when these algorithms and advertising seem to be written not to protect anybody except for the dollars for the company?
I think what it means is they have to be protected. And the capitalist free market works great when you have institutions that set the right incentives for companies so that they have a race to the top who can produce the best products and get rich off of it. And right now, the AI industry is the only industry in America that has completely messed up incentives with less regulation than sandwich shops, which is why we're seeing all this stuff. Fortunately, a number of states, for example, Utah and Florida, have been very aggressive now pushing safety standards for children to start with. But very disappointingly, today we learned that Utah, which is a deep red state, of course, is being pressured by some folks in the White House who are going behind the back, seemingly, of President Trump. President Trump issued an executive order saying that states are still allowed to regulate to protect children, very explicitly, and yet they're pressuring Utah now to withdraw a law that they're working on there under Governor Cox to protect children. So I really hope President Trump finds out who's doing this and makes sure that we start by protecting our kids.
Yeah, and then, well, there's a big debate on Capitol Hill versus the states, right? Whether this can be a federally regulated issue, given that the internet is global, not just federal across the states, but also in the state legislatures as well. I want to ask you about this before we go. There's a new report that Meta, which is formerly Facebook, has patented an AI that can keep a dead person's account alive and active and keep posting to it. I know there are lots of ethical problems there, but does that just go to your point about how it's all about just producing for AI rather than thinking about what it means for human beings and their families?
This is just another kind of slop, making deep fakes of dead people to make a buck off of grieving people. I think we would be much better off if we focus on AI for curing cancer and growing our economy, making America strong. Donald Trump said when he signed that executive order about trying to get a federal legislation that In the meantime, he's fine with states doing legislation to protect kids. That's exactly what Utah is trying to do, exactly what Florida is trying to do, what Donald Trump encouraged them to do.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.